Hello, my name is Jessica and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a video on the Honest Beauty Concealer. It's become one of my favorite products from the Honest Beauty line. I have no foundation on today and I have just the concealer and then some blush, my eyes and lips. This is a great look that I wear a lot. Stay tuned and see how I got this look. I am going to be doing the trick that Jessica Alba talks about, where she uses the concealer with the magic balm. I did my eye makeup and there's nothing on my face. All I have is my lips done and my eyes done. The rest of my skin is completely bare and natural, so you can really see what this concealer can do. I have noticed that with the balm, it is good for the under eye. However, whenever I have a dark under eye like I do today, I have to be a little bit more careful with how I apply it. So that's why I did my makeup like this, so that way I can show you how to be a little more careful with it when you have a heavier under eye. I have found that applying the magic balm first is really helpful. And I've been using it so much that the name is actually completely wiped off. And also, this balm can be used over here. It gives like a nice natural sheen, and it can also be used on the lips. And I've actually also used it here, and it really helps to minimize the look of pores. So for today, I'm going to use it here and on my under eye and then expand it into here because that's how I've been using it on a daily basis. So I'm just going to touch my finger lightly and then I'm going to start here and I'm going to focus the most of it down here and then I'm going to blend it up closer to the eye. And I'm going to go out here and then I'm going to get more, and I just press my finger into it because I don't want to get too much. Then I go out here, then I'm going to get the pores, and I go here. And I find that just dabbing and kind of pushing the product into the skin is the best way of using this. So there you go. Now I'm going to go in with my concealer. So this concealer has two different colors, as you can see. And I picked it according to the model that I felt was closest to my skin tone, and it fit me perfectly. However, if you choose a color with Honest that you don't feel fits you perfectly, you can exchange it free of charge and get the color that you think will be the closest until you find the correct color, which I think is great. Every online company should do that. So I'm going to use the lighter color under my eye, and then I'm going to use the darker color on other areas of my skin, especially my chin. I have some acne here, as you can probably see, and so that matches my skin tone more on my chin, but I want to brighten my under eye area, so I'm going to use the slightly lighter color. So I just get it in here, and whenever I apply concealer, I try to look down so that I accentuate my under eyes, and then I pat it into where it needs to go. So I start in the worst area first, and then I blend it up right next to where my makeup is. And I'm going to get some more. I'm going to highlight this area. What I like to do is apply it first with my fingers and then use a brush or a beauty blender to further perfect it. Now I'm going to use my darker color right next to my nose and on my cheek. And then I'm going to use it on these blemishes here. Now I'm going to go with my brush. And further blend this in. And with this product, I really like to layer it, and it ends up looking quite natural and blending so beautifully into the skin. There you can see where half of my face, the skin is only done with concealer. My forehead doesn't really have anything on it. You can see my under eye circles look very different. So there you have it. I do use a little bit of powder. I just get my Ben Nye translucent powder. I tap off most of it so that there's barely any on my brush. And then I just dust it on lightly. And for my mouth, I love to put the concealer, especially in here. So here's the finished look. I added some cream blush in Truly Thrilling, and then I added a little bit of their Dusk Reflection, which I use as a bronzer. And then I added a little bit of highlighter from Temp 2, which is Champagne Shimmer. I really love this concealer. It has a great consistency. You can use it for a light application for an everyday look, or you can layer it. It's very buildable, and then you can wear it out for a night out. You can use it on your whole face. I have no foundation on my face right now whatsoever, and I will put this in my bag if I need to touch it up. Sometimes, because it is so creamy, I do need to touch it up if I'm going to wear it for a long day, and it's very easy to just touch it up with my fingers and I'll just blend it in, whatever. But because it's so creamy, it looks really good and it feels really good on the skin, and it just looks like I look really good. Thank you so much for watching. May your day be filled with endless beauty, inside and out. Bye! Okay. I've done enough stupid faces.